What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. So I'm not going to post a video Monday, but I really wanted to go over these two high-paying dividend stocks that you guys requested for me to do videos on. I'm going to do a special one on SBLK. That's going to be probably either this week or next week. But you guys have really requested these dividend stocks, and I promised you I would do a video on these guys, and I have done videos on them in the past, but a lot of you guys are new, so I'm going to do kind of like a remix of these two dividend stocks. One of them I used to own and I got rid of, and one of them I absolutely love, and I'm going to take the risk on. And it's kind of a new kid on the block, and it's just a very interesting dividend stock. So if you're new, make sure you hit that notification bell after you subscribe, smash that like button, and let's check these stocks out right now. And the first dividend stock I want to go over is Lumn Technologies, LUMN. It has a dividend yield of 8.63%, a PE ratio of 5.62, a volume of 12.34 million. The market cap is 11.97 billion US dollars. Year range was 931 to 1545. Its day range is 1138 to 1175, and its previous close was 1147. So right here, you can tell it is not doing well against the S&P. That's one bonus if you're a dividend investor, because the price per share is not going crazy and you can't keep up with it. So that's what happens with really good dividend stocks like Apple and Microsoft and Lowe's and Home Depot. You just can't keep up with them sometimes, and they just get so expensive. So let's go over these guys real quick. So here's some things that they bring to the table. This is just communications. I'll go over these guys really quick. 911 services, BillMate, Centrex management, conferencing, audio, webcasting, video conferencing, events, continuation routing. Let's see. Line volume plan helps you control your costs by providing you one price for your calling needs. So they got some stuff within the communication sector. Another thing that they have is edge computing. Right here, the big thing is Edge VM, quickly provision virtual machines and virtualized services throughout the Lumn Edge infrastructure using their multi-tenant cloud offering with SDIV technology, hybrid and IT cloud. That is huge. Networking is another thing, business bundles, dark fiber. This is pretty huge right here with Lumn Dark Fiber Solutions. You make the decisions and we handle the heavy lifting. Get all the benefits of network ownership without having to construct the physical network yourself. Here's some stuff with security. So cybersecurity is huge. They do training with that, cybersecurity and email protection, managed firewalls. That's huge because you do not want to be hacked. So that's some things that they bring to the table. Let's check out their revenue and their dividend history. All right, so let's check these guys out. This is 2015. This is in millions US dollars, 17,900, 2016, 17,470, 2017, 17,656, 2018, 22,580, 2019, 21,458 in 2020, 20,712, and then 2021, 19,687. So they are slowly going up. So we need to look into their dividend history and a little bit more into these guys. We're going to start with 2014. I'm on their website. So this is March, June, August, and November. It was 54 cents. 2015, same thing at 54 cents. 2016, 54 cents. 2017, 54 cents. 2018, 54 cents. 2019, right here, we hit 25 cents. 2020, we're at 25 cents. 2021, 25 cents. 2022, 25 cents. So there's a few other things I want to go over with these guys. So I'm on Zacks.com with Lumn Technologies. The annual dividend yield is 8.63%. You get $1. The annualized dividend growth in 5 years was negative 19%. Number of dividend increases in the last 5 years, 0. Payout ratio is 47%. So Lumn Technologies announced on the 22nd of February. I'm sorry, February 24th. So I'm on Zacks.com. I do a little bit of digging with these guys, and this is why I sold them. Their annual dividend is $1 with an 8.63% annualized dividend growth of negative 19%. The number of dividend increases in the last 5 years is 0, and the payout ratio is 47%. So I have these guys. I like them as a high yield dividend stock, but I looked and studied the trends of their dividend history, and I didn't like it. I saw the decrease in dividends. I saw no dividend hikes, and I got rid of them. So I do not like Lumen Technologies. If you want to keep them as a high paying dividend stock, that's your choice, but I like dividend growth. Let's jump to the next dividend stock. That next dividend stock is Zim Integrated Shipping Services. This is kind of a new kid on the block. They have a very crazy way they pay dividends. They're sitting at 63.65. They took a huge dip. They went from 84.50 and they're down to 63.65. This dividend yield is 30.64%. We'll go over that. PE ratio is 164. The volume is 4.88 million US dollars. The market cap is 7.63 billion. Year range is 33.30 to 91.23. Its day range was 60.98 to 64.20, and its previous close was 59.32. So what are these guys about? Here's the thing about Zim. So as they're on their website, from fruit to pharmaceuticals, agriculture to airplanes, Zim has the ideal shipping solution for you. Our customers span the globe, representing small and large businesses from all industries. Whatever you need to ship, we're here to make sure it goes to its destination safely. So right here. So here's just some cargo services and digital services and stuff that they have. Zim's world-class cargo solutions for customers large and small, from dry cargo to reefer containers to specialist project cargo. Zim's expert teams find our creative professional solutions you need, ensuring OOG, break bulk, and dangerous cargo always lands in safe hands. So let's discuss this real quick. A shipping industry. If you look back at the times of the Greeks, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, even during the Ottoman empires, Byzantine empires, whoever controlled the shipping and trade was the top dog. So people are going to need resources, okay? If you look at the Greeks and Romans, the way they traded to Egypt, and even the Carthaginians tried to take over the Mediterranean pretty much. Whoever controlled the goods, the pathway basically to shipping, okay, that's huge. And these guys are very unique. It kind of reminds me of during those times, the way trade and shipping and how things kind of worked back in those times, especially the Romans, the way they controlled the Mediterranean with like Egypt with grain, and Greece with certain things, and just the whole area, just with trade and transferring of goods and everything. That kind of reminds me of Zim. And there's a few things about these guys that have been really interesting as well. The way they distribute their dividends, and the revenue is doing very well, which is phenomenal with these guys as a company. So let's check this out. Now I'm going to start since their IPO date. Okay, the revenue was 1.74 billion. This is quarterly. In March 2021, the net income was way up by 4,436. The net profit margin way up, 2,141. Operating income, 2,694. Net change in cash way up. Cost of revenue was up. Then we go to June, way up there. The revenue's up 2.38 billion. Net income 3,587.42%. It's up. Diluted EPS way up. Net profit margin, operating income, net change in cash way up. September way up in 2021. 3.14 billion. Net income way up. Diluted EPS way up. Operating income 1.86 billion. Net change in cash 517.02% increase. And again, quarterly financials, December 2021, the revenue is way up at 3.47 billion. The net income is way up. The diluted EPS is up. Net profit margin is up. Now the net change in cash, big deal. Operating income 395.36%. So again, as I refer to shipping, being in demand, controlling trade, controlling the transfer of goods. That is huge. And these guys are very unique. And I'm going to go over a few things with their dividend. So we really need to understand, since these guys are a new kid on the block, the dividend yield is 33.33%. The PE ratio is 1.64. Annual dividend is $19.50. Is that always going to be like that? No. You see the cash amount is $17 and the previous one was $2.50. So we need to go over that. So the first thing I want to go over is the Israeli tax law. It's kind of weird. So as set out in the company's annual report and March 29, 2022, with respect to dividends sourced from regular earnings under the Israeli tax ordinance and regulations issued under the Israeli tax ordinance, the current Israeli rate of withholding tax on dividends is paid by an Israeli company is 30% to distributions for a substantial shareholder. So that's one thing that you have to understand. And this is why I have certain people doing my taxes for me in the long run, especially at the end of the year. So that's one thing that these guys have some things that are interesting. Let's jump to the information about their dividends. Right here, the company intends to distribute a dividend to shareholders on a quarterly basis at a rate of approximately 20% of net income derived during such fiscal quarter with respect to the first 3 fiscal quarters of the year, while the cumulative annual dividend amount to be distributed by the company, and it says in parentheses, including interim dividends paid during the first 3 fiscal quarters of the year, will total 30 to 50% of annual net income. All future dividends are subject to the company's board discretion and to the restrictions provided by Israeli law. So you're relying on shipping. That's one thing. It's a high yield dividend stock. And this is kind of a scatterbomb. Okay. It's a very unique way that they distribute dividends. And I own these guys. I'm not going to say I'm long on them, but I really like the way things are going. I added them to my M1 Finance Dividend Portfolio. So their dividend policy is interesting. There's no guarantees with their revenue that it's going to jump up. So that's one thing that can blow up in your face as an investor. And again, this is not financial advice for entertainment purposes, only disclaimer in the description, but I wanted to go over certain things with these guys. And, you know, they have certain dividends that are distributed at a certain time. I mean, there are no guarantees with this one. Lumn Technologies, I sold them for a reason, but there's just a lot of ifs with these guys. And I'm going to buy shares. They're down. It's a very interesting dividend stock, and it's one of the highest paying dividend stocks. So I really want to go in detail with these guys and the way they ship things and the way their dividends are, because you guys have really requested for me to post a video on these guys, and I will do one on SBLK in the future. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I hope I gave a detailed review on Zim. Let me know what you think of my review on Zim. It was a little bit of a challenge to try to explain the way these guys do things, and is an Israeli company, and the way they just jumped out of IPO and have done pretty well against the S&P since inception. It's very interesting. So I will not post a video on Monday. I will post one on Tuesday, but let me know what you think of this video. If you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. This is Dark Dividend. You have a good one.